Well, it's just been so much fun. What an awesome week we've been having, getting the opportunity to meet not just the guys that we've hung out with in the past and talk to guys like Scott and Jerry, et cetera, but also some of the players that we don't know nearly as well. And we started to get to know, as a player anyway, Dominic Canzone last year from the trade deadline on. But first time at spring training here with the Mariners. Welcome. It's nice to have you here.
Thank you guys for having me on. I appreciate it.
Tell me about the last few months of your life. I mean, you're coming up to the big leagues with Arizona, and everything's incredible. You're in the big leagues for the first time, and then bang, you're on another team. What was that whole experience like?
I mean, just looking back on it, it's just a blessing to just be a part of two great organizations, and the Mariners were just so welcoming after the trade because, again, it was just a whirlwind. Just debuting, then a couple of weeks later being on a new team, and you leave pretty much your best friends from Arizona, come to a new organization. We weren't even in the playoff hunt, and then all of a sudden we rattle off a crazy amount of wins in a row, and then we're right there in the mix. So it was a lot, and it was so fun to compete at the highest level, but at the same time we got a lot of work to do, and we're going to get back right where we need to be.
If my memory serves me right, and sometimes it's questionable, if my memory serves me right, didn't the Mariners just play in Arizona?
Yeah.
And you all played against each other. And if I remember right, you had like a double, I think. Am I right?
Yeah.
Look at that. Just pull that
Very
right
impressive.
I got a cool picture of myself with Gino on third, so that's a cool one. Yeah, I was in the D-backs jersey.
Yeah.
And, he was still in the Mariners, so that's a cool one. And now we flip-flop, so
that's right.
That'd be definitely cool to get something similar with those jerseys on.
Did you have any sense then in that series versus the Mariners, the trade deadline would be days later, any sense at all that you would then switch uniforms and be out of Arizona?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Just from talks and stuff. I wasn't sure if it was going to be me or another guy, but I knew it was in the discussion. So when it happened, I wasn't like totally shocked. But again, still just a life 360. So
what do you do in that moment? I've always been curious about this. So you get traded. Do the Mariners help find you housing right away and a rental car? And we see you play, but then there's all the rest of life that nobody even thinks about. You know, you have a place here, or you're living here, you're doing all your thing. How does that go about? You know, what role do they play, or is that kind of on your own, your agent, your people? Like, okay, now I got to find an apartment, now I got to find a car, now I got to find how to live, now I got to find a map, now I got to use my phone.
Yeah, no, the Mariners did a great job with all that. They give you a hotel for at least a week or however long you need it, and then they get your car out there, which is huge. And then obviously you got great teammates that are going to pick you up. Like Cal helped me out a lot just getting me into a place. So that was so nice just being up in West Seattle in a nice home. So it was a good transition, about as smooth as it possibly could have gone.
Cool.
Tell us about your game, because from everything I've heard, we didn't get to see the full Dominic Canzone experience last year. Were you banged up a little bit by the time you got here?
Yeah, my legs were not completely underneath me. It's really good to just be fully healthy this year right now, and just coming into a off season and being able to tend to some of those things. But I'm excited for the future and what this team can do.
All right, so tell us, who are you when you were at your best, when you're out there playing, when you feel at your most confident? What will we see in Dominic Canzone?
Just a hitter, man. Just a hitter that's going to help the team in many ways, hopefully.
Griffey. You said Griffey to us off the air.
Yeah, I thought that was, yeah.
No. Oh, I'm sorry. You asked him who his favorite player. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not comparing myself to Griffey. Don't put that on.
Sizemore. Was it Sizemore? Grady Sizemore?
I wish I had his speed, but.
Well, what you do have is a bunch of added muscle, and they were all making fun of me because you walked in the other day and I yelled at you about, how did you do it? But why don't you share with everybody, like you finished the season, you got to get your legs back underneath you, but you got to grow and develop. So what was the plan, and then ultimately what was the action?
Yeah, last year it was just so much going on. It was really tough for me to keep weight on, and once I got my place, I knew one of the first things I wanted to do with my completely unfinished basement was finish it and put a weight room down there. So we ended up doing that, and my brother and I definitely did as much as we could down there. So it was a great time bonding with him and doing that type of stuff and working out as much as possible down there. So that was just the main goal, and hopefully putting on some weight and putting on some strength.
Finish the basement yourself?
I mean, we had contractors come in,
okay.
but we did basically the whole weight room part by ourselves besides the walls. So
That's cool.
It was a fun project. My dad helped me with the big Smith machine, so it was fun.
So not to give away all your secrets, okay? But there are young players that listen. There are coaches that listen to this show and dads that listen to the show, and they're saying, okay, so if Dom can do this, you can do it.
Mm-hmm.
So what do those workouts look like? I mean, is it heavy lifting? Is it a lot of Olympic moves? Is it similar to what we're going to see you do here when you leave us and head to the gym this afternoon? Like, what do those workouts look like?
Definitely different from what you do like during the season. In the off season, I do try to do a lot more, as some might call like body lifting or bodybuilding type movements, whether it's bench, squat, deadlift. So I try to go basically warm up to almost max, not complete max,
Right.
and then after that I just try to rep out as much possible with whatever exercise I'm doing.
Okay. And he looks physically. I mean, you just see it.
You can see. I heard you hit a little broken bat home run.
Yes, I did.
Is that a common thing for you?
No, it is not. No, it is not. I would not be surprised if that never happened again. That was definitely an interesting moment yesterday.
Who have you gotten to know? You've been now around this team for a little while. You had the last couple of months of last year, off season, now spring training. Who have you gotten to know and get close to?
Well, I lived with Cal and Kane Marl last year, so it was definitely good getting to know those guys. Again, very welcoming. And
I heard Cade's a really smart dude.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, he knows his stuff, and that's one heck of a disciplined guy. He does all the right things, and again, just a great teammate.
Do you feel like you had to kind of, because he used to live with Logan, right? And then Logan got married.
Who, Cal?
Right. Didn't Cal live with Logan?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Then
he
Logan
did.
went and
Oh,
got
yeah.
married, ditched him.
Yeah.
And so then you guys end up kind of moving in. Do you feel like now you're supposed to get married? Is that like a
Oh, whoa, whoa.
pressure on you?
Easy.
Whoa, hold on a second.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second.
Hold.
Yeah, I've been dating my girl for about 6 months now. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
you're not quite at that level
Easy
just yet.
salt.
Yeah,
I'm the
yeah.
marriage guy.
I know.
Easy. Oh,
I was just
awkward that
kidding.
was.
I was just kidding. I was just kidding. No,
Yeah.
I know.
Expectations for you, Dom. You talk about hitting the ball and seeing the game and adding the strength, but you have an opportunity in this outfield, the corner outfield spots here. What are your own expectations personally?
Personally, I mean, again, I just want to win, man. I mean, all the individual stats will come with winning, and I know if there's situations that we need, whether it's just driving in a guy that's on third, hitting a sac fly. I mean, the more you can just do for the team, the better your numbers are going to be. So, just really doing what they really need that day.
Do you have a preference, right, left, field? Does that matter to you at all?
I played right field basically my whole entire college career, so that's probably where I'm most comfortable. But we're learning left field kind of on the fly here, so I mean they're not too different. So I mean I'm gonna figure it out.
I would hope. I mean, but at the same time, it is. I mean, the ball's spinning the other way. That's gotta. If you've been always playing one, that's gotta take some amount of.
Yeah, it's
adjustment.
more just like kind of the righty hook is the toughest read for me. That's kind of going off my. You think it's going to be in the gap, and it goes off towards the left field line. So that's been the toughest read for me.
Can you work on that specifically? Like, can you go out with a guy with a
Set up
fungo
a
and
jugs
work
machine
on that?
or set up
Or is
something
that
like
something
Yeah,
you just have to play in games?
yeah, like you said, like the jugs machine or the hack attack is you almost like you shoot like a slider. So like you'll shoot a slider barely over like your left shoulder, and then you'll just like visualize basically that the hitter's hitting you almost like a hook. So. A jug machine's pretty good for that.
Brock's familiar with the hooks. A couple of those, I think, on the golf course the other day that went a little
yeah.
farther left than maybe you would
you
like.
think?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
a little. I was
Me
more
and
of a-
Justin.
more
Yeah.
of a slice guy. But
Yep.
what about some of the other technology that they've got here? Whether it's the traject or looking at the launch angles, are you into that sort of minute part of hitting, or are you? Hey, tell me what the pitcher throws. I want to see it and hit it.
It's more for me. It was a lot of a few little mechanical adjustments I talked to JD about, and it did have to do with launch angle, but we didn't necessarily use that terminology. It more just had to do with the bat angle and kind of just getting the ball in the air. But yeah, the traject is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. The investment they put in that thing is going to, I think, help this team a lot.
How do you use it? I know guys can use it in different ways. How do you use it?
I mean, you can just even just having it. In Seattle, we can see the pitcher you're about to face and the pitches he has, so you can see it's about as realistic as you could possibly get. So that's definitely a huge help.
Do you swing off it, or do you just kind of watch it and say, okay, this is what it's going to look like tonight?
So the problem we had with it, we had it last year in Seattle, but the problem with it was we were using the hard balls last year, and sometimes it can be a little inaccurate with just sink and cut. So guys were kind of getting jammed. They were breaking bats. They're like, I don't want to do that before the game.
Yeah,
I don't want to get banged up before the game. So we got these new special. Their baseballs are just a tick softer. So if you get jammed or you hit it off the end or you're fouling off your leg, it's not going to hurt. So it's basically a baseball. It's just a softer one. So it's helped a lot. Just honestly, just getting the new baseball has been the biggest thing for it.
You got any room in your basement still? Put one of those suckers right in there.
I do not have $600,000 laying around for
Darn it.
for that.
A couple good years.
Yeah.
You can have a couple of traject machines if you want. You just got to think big.
Yeah.
Hey, last thing, and we've been told we have to ask because people just love the chef's kiss. They love it. How did it develop? When do you bring it out? What does it mean to you?
I mean, it's just I honestly don't even know. Someone was just talking to me about my Italian heritage, and I just kind of looked up a little bit about it, trying to get a little bit more well informed on it, and I saw it and I liked it. So I didn't really have a double celebration or anything, so I kind of brought that out one day and kind of just stuck.
Yeah. Okay, we'll end with this. You're going to rank the top 5 Italian dishes. All right, chef's kiss. Top 5 Italian dishes. 5, 4, 3, 2. I know.
That's a lot of dishes,
3.
man.
Let's just go 3.
Okay, fine.
Poor
3.
guy.
Okay, fine.
He's got places to be. He's got
okay,
to
bronze, silver, gold. Bronze, silver, gold of your favorite Italian dish.
And then if you get it right, we'll get Rick Riz to make it for you.
That's right.
Man. I gotta say, I mean, the good spaghetti and meatballs my grandmother made is by far the best.
That's gold. That's gold.
Yeah, that's way up there. Okay. I love good pierogi. And then I mean, my mom actually did make some good lasagna when we were younger, so I'll put that
No
up
chicken
there.
parm on there. I thought a chicken parm.
Yeah, I'm not a huge chicken parm guy.
Not a chicken parm guy.
Yeah,
chicken parm
that's
guy.
more my brother for sure.
Not a chicken parm
Well,
guy.
maybe we got to interview your brother.
Eggplant parm?
Talk to him chicken parm.
Yeah.
Eggplant parm?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
Jeez,
we got to
fine.
get out of here. Clearly, Brock and I are just thinking about food.
And marriage.
Hey, that's right. And marriage, yes. Hey, it's good to meet you. Thank you. This is a lot of fun. Good to get to know you. I think the fans are excited to have you here and looking forward to a great season.
Thanks again for having me on.
Yeah, go kill it.